not least, the Ravens. They made a big addition to their secondary last week, signing former Packer corner Jaire Alexander after his release from the Packers. Lamar Jackson played a role in recruiting the Pro Bowler, and Marlon Humphrey spoke to adding Alexander to the defense.
A quote that's never been said and probably will never be said in NFL history is, "We got too many corners that can cover." So I think that's a great problem to have, and really excited for that addition. Obviously, he just got off the plane, but I'm super excited to add him. I think he'll mesh really well with the team, and it'll be a good secondary.
This, to me, after Philadelphia is in the running for second best roster in the league. Baltimore's pretty good.
They have been for a while. I mean, look, defense is never going to be their issue. They have lost in these playoff games. You know, Lamar, the 2 turnovers last year.
Mark Andrews drops.
He did not play well 2 years ago against the Chiefs. If the Lamar Jackson that we have seen become a superstar these last couple of years can put those games against Josh and Mahomes, they can win a Super Bowl. Because their defense has been, Colin, they've been good for 25 years. The Baltimore Ravens defense is actually the one, I think, the way we talk about the Steelers. Steelers defense hasn't been as good as they were way back in the day.
And it's very TJ Watt reliant.
This team's got players, young players, older players, veteran players, Roquan Smith. Wiggins coming out of the draft like him. Marlon Humphrey resurrected his career moving into nickel last year. So I'm not worried about the Ravens on defense. It's all about Lamar Jackson playing well in these playoff games. That's really where they're at now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've talked about that a lot recently, like literally over the weekend. So I don't want to unpack that too much. But, the defense obviously had a little bit of some of their issues last season, but then they were able to kind of refine their footing. Someone did make a bizarre comment saying, "Oh, the defense has been great, but they fail in the playoffs." And it's like, dude, what? In the AFC Championship game, they held the Chiefs to 17 points. Okay, if you're holding a team to 17 points, your defense is doing pretty good. But and they were trying to argue that they don't force enough turnovers or whatever. And it's just like, you can't ask for perfection. But the Ravens are obviously a great team. I mean, there's just no shortage anywhere. But and I don't want to put this on Lamar, but if their defense can take a whole nother next step forward and really just continue to be this suffocating, like, all but guarantee we are going to cause problems for you. Think of the Eagles in the Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes. Think of the defense for the Eagles, forcing all those turnovers against the Commanders, coming up huge against the Rams, the Packers, etc. I want to see Lamar Jackson play complementary football with that. And I want to see, the offense as a whole play complementary football. And so that's why I said I don't put this all on Lamar. I put this on coaching and game planning and what the execution will be. There's certain games where the Philadelphia Eagles are like, we need you, Jalen, to go off. And Saquon, the offense as a whole, we need you to get after it. But like Greg Cosell talked about a lot, he said, for the Eagles, their offense is dictated by their defense. And I think that's very clear, that it was very much like, depending on how this defense is playing and what they're able to do, that's going to inform the offense. And Andy Reid and the Patrick Mahomes did that, especially over the last couple of years, as their offense started to get not as strong as it had been in years past. I do not see that with the Ravens. I do not see them really kind of adapt and look at that. It seems like very much like, hey, this is what we want to do, and we're just going to do it. And no matter what things look defensively, no matter what things look offensively, we're just going to keep doing it. And that really was kind of peak against the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. I always joke about it. That game still gives me PTSD. I mean, it really does. I've been meaning to rewatch that game because I really kind of want to look at it through fresher eyes right now. But you even saw the Buffalo Bills. They changed their offense against the Baltimore Ravens when they saw how that game was going. When they saw they were able to get the turnovers, when they saw they held Josh Allen back. They were like, we're just going to be a lot more conservative right now. And the Eagles saw that. I think this was probably highlighted best against the Packers, and it's a reference that I talk about a ton on this channel because Tom Brady highlighted it, and it's easy to skip, but it was like the defense was in control of that game. It was very clear that the Packers were completely disconnected offensively, and they were like, yeah, we're just going to be smart and smooth. The defense for the Packers were playing pretty good against the Eagles, and it's like, we're not going to try to force anything. We're just going to be smart. We're going to be conservative. And I want to see the Ravens do that more. It's like they always want to put on a Lamar light show, and I get it. Lamar is special. He is elite. He is as great as it gets. But I would love to get the feeling more that I'm watching games where I'm just like, okay, they understand what's going on right now. The offense is going to be a lot more strategic right now. And I fail to see the strategy specifically in the playoffs. We can, of course, point to regular season games where that happens, right? Like anytime I make a statement where I say, I don't really see this, that, there's always going to be examples. There's always going to be examples to the opposite, right? Like always. But it's just, what is the trend? What is the norm? What is the default? How quick are they to abandon one thing or the other? And so that's what I want to see, because it's like in the playoffs, ironically, they kind of did that against the Steelers in a way. But it was just like, and I also want to rewatch the playoff game against the Bills in the divisional round. I've been meaning to do that as well because it's just like the game plan, from my viewpoint, should have been done in a way to get everyone settled offensively against a defense for the Buffalo Bills that was clearly not good. That really all you needed to do was lean on, not exploit in a way where it's like, we're just going to explode off them because we see weaknesses here. It's like, let's just lean on them. This defense is going to break. It did it against the Lions. And we saw it against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. I mean, that's what they did. They weren't like, we got to be really aggressive. We know that this secondary isn't that good or whatever it is. They were just like, no, we're just going to keep leaning on them. And we're just going to score. We don't have to take risks. I think Patrick Mahomes took like one risk, and it wasn't a good one, and he kind of got bailed out for it. But outside of that, it was like, don't really need to take risks. And there was a lot of walk-in moments. It was just strategic leaning on. And so, we saw the Rams do that as well. It was just like, we're just going to like kind of play traditional football. Matthew Stafford's got a big arm. We trust him. Yeah. We're just going to kind of get after you, and we're going to put up a lot of points. And that's what they did. And it's just like the Ravens, on the other hand, were just like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to get after it. And it's like, you probably need to do that. You could have just played like pretty conservative offense and just got everyone comfortable, especially because you were missing your number one wide receiver in Zay Flowers. So it's just like, let's just kind of be smooth right now. Let's just play football 101 and trust that this defense is not good. And that our offense, even if not 100%, should without a doubt be able to break this defense. And instead, they just didn't take that approach. So no matter how good this defense is, no matter how great this roster is, it's like, I want to see them speaking to each other. I want to see them play connected to one another. That's what I'm looking for probably this season. Is like, do they start to complement one another in these especially important games, important moments? Does it actually feel like the coaches are talking to each other rather than it's just like, hey, we're playing Madden. I'm like, I'm on offense now. Well, now I'm on defense. So it's like, what are we actually doing here? Are you actually playing complementary ball in the biggest moments? And again, the last example that I'll use is like, look at how the Chiefs called their game against the Ravens in 23, right? Like they didn't get weirdly aggressive. They didn't risk any balls. Like they were just realized, hey, this Ravens offense is not moving the ball at all. Our defense has stepped up. We're just going to be really smart. We're going to win this game 17-10. That's fine. We don't got to put up 35 points right now. We don't got to do that. But the Ravens do that, even against a team like the Texans. When they won that game, when the dam did break a little bit for them, it was just like, it was more of kind of just like, let's go. They did it against the Bills, even when they won the game in the regular season. And again, it's not to say that you can't let the dam break and go. But sometimes it's just like, you know what? Let's just be smart. Let's understand the flow of this game. Let's just make sure that we come away with the victory right now. And it just doesn't always seem like that to me with the Ravens. Sometimes it just seems like they're always trying to send a message, prove a point. And it's just like, prove the point by winning the Super Bowl. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Baltimore Ravens and how great this defense can be? And if this defense can be even better than it was last year, how should that inform the offense? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.